Hello, everyone. Again, I apologize. What I did was I started my screen share, and then I forgot, or I must have made a mistake uh, in the whole process. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to spend another 30 minutes on this and just kind of knock out the line drawing. Um, I don't know. I'm just going to start the line drawing and finish it up, hopefully. And this is just a video documentation of me drawing Pidgeotto for the fifth or fourth time, or Pidgeotto, and also a documentation of my progress as a digital artist, of which I am still an amateur. If you haven't noticed by the work I've kind of given out, I am not the best, but I am better than some, so I can take that into account. Good, I am screen sharing. Last time I wasn't screen sharing, and that was a difficult issue. So let's go back. Anyways, so now all I'm going to be doing right now for the next 30 minutes is I'm just going to be adding lines in, and that's all I'm going to do. I might have things to talk about. I'm not going to talk about much. I've been kind of talking all day, and it's just one of those things, right? All I got to say though is I just got back from the gym, and started this new weightlifting program, Strong Lifts 5x5. I started it because when I start doing a lot of artwork, I start to lose. I don't have as much free time, and so I do strong lifts because it demands little time on my behalf, but the efficiency of it is much better than any other kind of lift or program that I usually do. Other programs are like 5 to 6 days a week. I'm like, geez, guys, I don't know what do you think? What do you take me for? Some guy who just has loads and loads of time to try to improve or improve my strength, but I just don't have that type of free time to do because I'm doing stuff like this. And even more so when you start adding time into uh, broadcasting stuff, even if you're not getting any viewers like I am, it still it still serves a purpose. Get out of there, and it still is time consuming. So that's why I like strong lists. The only thing that I have going on with the only biff I have going on with it right now is um, I started it and I use the genuine app, and the app has me doing lifts, weights that I that I that are like warm up weight for me, which is fine. It's nice. I'll be able to kind of take it easy for a few weeks before the weight starts getting a little overbearing. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, is having a light workouts for a while before the weight becomes really heavy. And the weight will become really heavy. I add 5 pounds every workout, every exercise, so that will start adding up, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of weight, everyone. I don't know what I'm going to have to do with myself. I guess I'm going to have to start eating more protein and kicking up my diet to a more rigid stance than it already is. I'm not to say I have a rigid diet. I just don't eat a lot of carbs. Um, I find that it is good to not have to consume substantial amount of carbs because of the inflammation that comes from it. That's just what I hear. Or I don't ache as much. Not that I should be aching. That makes me sound like I'm super, super old. So I made this in the last tutorial or last live draw that I had of this. I needed a brush because my other brush is in my my Sketchbook Pro tool set for Sketchbook Pro 7, and so um, because I didn't have it access to it at the time, I had to make this one, which is I was just playing around. I think I kind of like the pencil one more. This one has kind of like a textured feel. It's kind of like a textured marker. Okay. Maybe in the future when I have, if I'm not always doing a bunch of things simultaneously, or I get my sleep schedule in order, or everything kind of falls in line, I can start doing color with these images. Or possibly, I think that I will get to the point where I will be able to do these a nice undersketch or nice sketch within a 30-minute period, which would be awesome. I'm just going to kind of do these gestural feathers right here. Just going to have them just act as they don't need to be super detailed. You know, I did that so I don't have to really, let's put a little bit of texture right here, a little bit of a agitated line here so that it feels like it feels more like wings, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just all wrong on this whole thing. And as the thing about this is I'm drawing with this Asus tablet, and I like it a lot, but I don't think it's really geared towards doing stuff that I'm doing. So I'm finding that it's starting to lag more and more the more stuff I do. The more complicated things that I start doing with it. It just doesn't have the CPU power to operate all this stuff. It's fine. It was fine when I'm doing like sketches, but now that I'm doing like actual job gigs on it, it's becoming quite cumbersome. So I think I made this guy's wings too big, but that's fine. I don't really care. I shouldn't nitpick, especially when I'm trying to do a sketch. When it's just a sketch, really. I need to zoom in and zoom out more. That's one of the things I need to do when I'm working on these things. I don't tend to do that as much as I probably should. Zoom in. Oops. Why is it taking... There we go. I think the reason why you should zoom in, zoom out is also so that you can kind of see if everything's proportionally kind of happening in line that you want it to. Caw. Let's go to the second. How much time do we have left? 20? All right, let's go to the second part of the wing. Let's do the second tier. We're just going to be kind of gestural with it. I don't really know. No need to really express these forms too much. Kind of leave it kind of sketchy. Kind of just forgive and forget type of thing. I think that I'll benefit more in the long run if I'm able to kind of just let go of some of these inconsistencies, because you don't really progress all the time if you're trying to find the best line, the best mark. I've been doing a lot of listening to a lot of videos and watching them while I'm eating breakfast. They make a lot of sense to. You want to go through volume over like value or something like that. So, it's better to do a high volume, right, than to spend your time trying to fixate on quality, because the quality will increase through the high volume that you deal with. Like, you'll be able to raise the level of quality in your work by pushing each image each time, and I truly believe that is a solid strategy to improve your art. Um, so one of the things I want to be doing now, or outside of doing this and improving my own digital art, is I want to start interviewing some artists, and when I get that chance I will jump to it. I think that's the reason why I've been slowly thinking about the idea of doing these YouTube feeds, and I've been doing them because, well, I want to kind of catalog my work. Um, and another thing is, I had some conversations with some people that were important, and they expressed this idea of possibly getting into um, radio or something. I don't really know. I was like, why? He's like, well, you have a voice for it. Like, I don't know about that, but I do have a strong voice, I guess. I don't really know. Maybe they're just trying to say something. But it goes without saying, though, as I think I might as well try and see what happens, what comes from it. And you want to expand as many avenues that you kind of promote your art, because I go to galleries and I do art. I have my work in art galleries and art shows and art exhibits, but um, that type of place doesn't really deal with the the what do you call it? It deals with something. It doesn't deal with what I'm dealing with. I get the feeling that I made these a little bit too much like human hands. Maybe I should do something like this. There we go. So that I'm not dealing with they're going on top of the knuckle. And maybe I should do the same to the right side as well. I have the time. This is just this is more of just a sketch of what it could be than really obviously a drawn out drawing. Uh, what terrible hands. I'm not gonna spend too much time on these claws here. I think I've invested enough. Actually, I don't like them. So we're gonna do what I did last time. We're gonna erase those claws. And we're gonna have a little fun down there. Just a little bit of fun for a little later. And so let's work on the feathers, the tail feathers of Pidgeotto. I did see a really a nice video that's had some nice advice about drawing the female figure, and I'm thinking when I get the chance, I'm gonna try to take heed that advice. And what it was just every time draw the whole figure, you know, just draw the whole thing. And what the reason being is you learn more by doing that instead of drawing just parts and saying, like some people say that if you're weak at hands, draw hands. Well then, that's terrible. But um, if you're weak at this, draw that. What you should probably do is just draw it all at once and worry about it later. You know. That's good enough. That will do. All right, so let's work on the other wing. I don't know how much detail I'm going to put on this one either. It's all a matter of just kind of like preference and how much time you want to invest into it. And as I said, I know this is kind of like a reiteration, but I'm just kind of working casually at improving my digital skills, and I think that I've improved a lot, but not like, I'm not like, it's not like, oh my gosh, how long have you been doing this? 18 years. No, but it's why did I do that? Definitely, there's been at least an ability to manipulate the line on the surface of this tablet that when I first started out, I was very frustrated because I was like, how it's either too sensitive or not sensitive enough. I couldn't really, I didn't know how to apply, like, it was intuitive, but I kept applying too much print pressure every time, or I couldn't get my lines to kind of line up the way that I wanted to. But now you almost have to, you almost have to kind of feather it. You just have to kind of feather your lines, and you can almost get away with a little bit being a little bit more sketchy. I think I was under this notion that I needed to be more precise because it's on a computer, and you always see all this work that looks super clean, um, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can never be that clean, and probably that might be it. Who knows? But the reason why it's super clean is what I found out was it's not because their hands super steady, uh, or it's not because they have like laser guided hands. It's part of it has to do with the fact that after their lines, they'd use a laser, like a layer mask, and that was a little trick of the trade that I didn't know at the time. So I was like, wow, that probably saves them a bundle of hours, right? So I'm just trying to knock out the line drawing here. Uh, and we'll just do another layer of feathers for good measure, right? Doesn't have to be good. I shouldn't worry so much. It's just one of those things. Just do another layer of feathers. What I'm doing right now, though, is probably a good no-no. A no-no is I'm drawing at a slight angle, facing away, and that's not good. I don't know why I chose to do that. The reason why is because I was worried. I know why. Let's flip layer vertically. Oops, I didn't want to do it that way. Mirror canvas. Let's do that. Okay, now I can do it. I was having trouble with the wings, so I think I'll be able to do a better line quality on this side because it follows the flow of my hand better. Yeah, it's a little bit better, I guess. Now I've kind of changed the feathers on this, and it's okay. I'll deal with it. I'm doing like this tapered up arc on my feather, and it's just kind of being repetitive. All right, that'll do. I'll accept it. I'll allow it. New layer. Yeah. Okay. Let's what can we do? Let's let's give them regular legs right here, like cartoon legs. Yeah, I'm having fun doing that. They don't have to be good. And we'll give them like this, like socks or something or whatever. Right, little bitty little socky socks. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll make another layer, and we'll bring it down under here. Try to move it down. There we go. We'll get a little fun with this. Always have trouble finding a good skin tone. There we go. That's not even that good. It's terrible. Oh wow. I don't want to spend time addressing. I'm loading up my screen. That's how bad it is. It's right now. It's loading up all the brushes, and there we go. Loading up the brushes. Let's do. I don't know these brushes. Texture. Where is this paint painted on? Oh, Let's try oils. balls. How about that? What? It patches. You don't want that. Okay, this is becoming a pain in the butt. I just want to do a little bit of a. Let's see what Sumi looks like. Yeah, whatever. Just playing around. I kind of like it. Sumi paint. Oops. Just, and what kind of socks? Let's get some, let's put that there. Little socks right there. Give them some red. Oops. Kind of like the Sumi brush. It's nice. Just a little stripy stripe. Who cares? Great. A little bit of Sumi action here. And there we go. That's what he is. He's got legs. That's funny. All right, that's because I was messing up the claws. So I did that simply for amusement. But thank you very much for stopping by. If you did view, if you didn't, whatever, it's okay. I'm still going to keep doing them. Thanks though. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time. Bye.